What's good, fam? It's your boy Gels, and I'm back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about how to use a compressor. Let's go. Like I said, family, in this video, we're going to talk about how to use the compressor. I know you guys may use compressors. You may heard of threshold and all those type of things, but you really don't know what that means. So in this video, that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to break down exactly what a compressor is and what it does. So enough of me talking. Let's head over to the computer and get to work. All right, fam. So here we have two compressors. They look kind of different, but they both do the same thing, and they both have pretty much the same components. So let's go ahead and break down these components. I know some of you may have heard threshold, you may have heard ratio, knee, attack, release, but you really don't know what exactly those things do. So that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go through each part of the compressor and explain what they do and just show you on different compressors where they actually are. So first we have the input gain or the threshold. This sets the level at which the compressor starts to act. Signals above this level will be compressed. So here on this compressor, the R comp, we have the threshold knob and the input gain. That's all in one. And on this stock PreSonus compressor, we have the threshold knob here, and then we have the input gain knob over here. So they break this up into two different knobs, which is definitely okay, but just understand that on one compressor, it may look different, but they do the same thing. So on this actual Studio One PreSonus compressor, I really wouldn't bother with the input gain too much unless it was distorting my vocal or something like that. I would just simply focus on the threshold. Next, we're going to get to the ratio. The ratio determines the amount of compression applied to the signal once it exceeds the threshold. And that's here, the ratio. For vocals, I like to stay around 4-to-1, sometimes 3-to-1. If I'm doing some parallel compression, I'll just slam it all the way. And on here, this is your ratio knob. It's very, very visual. This is your ratio knob. Next, we're going to get to the attack. The attack determines how quickly the compressor responds to signals that exceed the threshold. This is the attack. On this compressor, this is the attack on the R comp. Be mindful of your attack for a lot of hip hop vocals and stuff like that. You really want to kind of lean towards a fast attack. The release time determines how quickly the compressor stops compressing the signal once it falls below the threshold. And on this stock compressor, your release knob is right here. As you can see, it's in milliseconds. The release here. The release knob is here as well, and this is in milliseconds as well. It doesn't say ms, but it is in fact in milliseconds. Next, we have knee. Knee determines how smoothly the compressor begins to apply compression as the signal approaches the threshold, which is here. Here we have the knee knob. If you watch this area right here on the graph, you'll see this knee going into effect. How smooth or how harsh this knee is. As you can see, when that knee is on 20, it's going to be very, very smooth. As you start dialing it down, it's making that knee very, very, very sharp. Next, we have the output or the makeup gain. On here, on this R comp, this is your output or makeup. Simply put, sometimes compression will make that vocal or whatever you're compressing louder than it needs to be. So that's when you will mess with the output gain knob and turn it down. Same with here. This is the makeup gain if you need some makeup gain or if you need to turn it down. That's pretty much the basics of compression. And they, like I said, these two compressors look different, but they do the exact same thing and they have the same parts. So let's go ahead and play this vocal. First, we're gonna start with this stock PreSonus compressor, and we're just gonna get our vocals sounding good with this compressor. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the R comp and see which one you guys like better, or if there's a difference at all. So let's go ahead and play this vocal.
So big, these niggas thought I was weird. Hella bars, flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid. Weird, life of a spade, you jokers is out of hand. I'm big, boy, I'ma cast out my line and bring the fish home. My wrist on, copper bands and crystals. Pistol when I ball, Pete Maravich. I'm everywhere, you niggas winning, didn't succeed. Put it on my seed. I need 60 feet of social distance from these set chasing. Confidence so big, these niggas thought I was weird. Hella bars, flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid. Weird, life of a spade, you jokers is out of hand. I'm big, boy, I'ma cast out my line and bring the fish home. My wrist on, copper bands and crystals. Pistol when I ball, Pete Maravich. I'm everywhere, you niggas winning, didn't succeed. Put it on my seed. So big, these niggas thought I was weird. Hella bars, flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid. Weird, life of a spade, you jokers is out of hand. I'm big, boy, I'ma cast out my line and bring the fish home. My wrist on, copper bands and crystals. Pistol when I ball, Pete Maravich. I'm air.
And this is the amount of compression that's actually happening. So we're at about -4 dB. I really don't like to go over there, using one compressor. If they have to compress any more than that, I'll pull in a second compressor and use it. So let's go ahead and bypass this, and then we'll bring it back in and play it just so you guys can hear the difference. This is bypassed.
So big, these niggas thought I was weird. Hella bars, flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid.
This is
weird,
active.
life of a spade, you jokers is out of hand. I'm big, boy, I'ma cast out my line and bring the fish home. My wrist on, copper bands and crystals. Pistol when I ball, Pete Maravich. I'm air.
All right, as you guys saw, I had to adjust it a tad. It was just spiking a little bit too much for my liking. Like I said, we got to about a -5, and I really don't like to go above -3, -4.
Flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid. Weird, life of a spade, you jokers is out of hand.
Let's bypass
I'm big,
it.
boy, I'ma cast out my line and bring the fish home. My wrist on, copper bands
Activate.
and crystals. Pistol when I ball, Pete Maravich. I'm everywhere, you niggas winning, didn't succeed. Put it on my.
As you can see, man, using this stock Studio One PreSonus compressor, man, it gave us the sound that we needed. Let's go ahead and bypass it again just so you guys could hear what it can do. Let's play it.
Bars, flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid. Weird, life of a spade, you
Active.
jokers is out of hand. I'm big, boy, I'ma cast out my line and bring the fish home. My wrist on, copper bands and crystals. Pistol when I ball, Pete.
All right, as you hear, man, this stock compressor is great. So don't be afraid to use your stock plugins, man. They can really get the job done. So now let's go ahead and dial in this R comp by Waves and see if we can get a good sound.
Maravich, I'm everywhere, you niggas winning, didn't succeed. Put it on my seed. I need 60 feet of social distance from these set chasing. Confidence so big, these niggas thought I was weird. Hella bars, flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid. Weird, life of a spade, you jokers is out of hand. I'm big, boy, I'ma cast out my line and bring the fish home. My wrist on, copper bands and crystals. Pistol when I ball, Pete Maravich. I'm everywhere, you niggas winning, didn't succeed. Put it on my seed. I need 60 feet of social distance from these set chasing. Confidence so big, these niggas thought I was weird. Hella bars, flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid. Weird, life of a spade, you jokers is out of hand. I'm big, boy, I'ma.
As you can see, our meter right here, we're hitting it about -3.1. I'm liking that sound right there. Let's go ahead and bypass it, then we'll bring it in.
I'ma cast out my line and bring the fish home. My wrist on, copper bands and crystals.
Activate.
Pistol when I ball, Pete Maravich. I'm everywhere, you niggas winning, didn't succeed. Put it on my seed.
Bypass.
I need 60 feet of social distance from these set chasing. Confidence so big, these niggas thought I was weird.
Activate.
Hella bars, flown lock like I'm finna go do a bid. Weird, life of a spade, you jokers is out of hand. I'm big, boy, I'ma cast out my line and bring.
As you can see, man, it really doesn't matter what compressor you use. Some people do prefer one compressor over the other, but pretty much compressors have the same exact knobs and parts. So it's all about finding one that works for you, but don't be afraid to use that stock compressor, man. As you can see with that PreSonus Studio One compressor, man, we got the sound that we needed and it was great. Yes, sir. See, compressors are not that hard, man. I know you may hear a lot of technical terms, a lot of big words when dealing with compressors, but honestly, they're not that hard. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Also, you can check out my website, mixedbygels.com. You can reach out to me for mixing and mastering services. Got a bunch of templates, a bunch of ebooks, and all that kind of good stuff. And I'll catch you guys on the next video. It's your boy Gels, baby. I'm gone.